Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. I don't know why I'm touching my head. Welcome back to our channel. As you can tell by the title, I am going to explain why we stopped making YouTube videos for this past month or two. I am about to get very personal with you guys, so if you're not interested in listening to me talk about all the craziness that's going on in our lives these past few months, you can check out here. If you are interested, you know, keep watching. I know some people are curious as to why I was posting Instagram stories from all these different hospitals. People were DMing me and asking me what's wrong or if I was okay, and I ignored some of them just because it was such a difficult time for me. I almost didn't really feel like talking about it to anybody. I appreciate everybody that checked in on me, and if I didn't get back to you, I am sorry about that, but it was a rough time. In the beginning of August, my mom, who is very in shape, super active, runs a personal training, like CrossFit almost type thing in our garage. She hurt her back, and we knew it was hurt. She had a couple bulging discs, but nothing that was life-threatening or like affected her in any way. So one day she is in the garage and I was in my room. She calls me and I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, why is she calling me? Like, I know she's home. She called me into the garage because she couldn't get back up. She had gone to reach for something and just went down. So I went in the garage and I was trying to help her, and I thought it was gonna be super easy, you know, just 1, 2, 3, like, let's just, you know, I'll grab your hands and we'll stand up. That didn't end up being the case. We tried for about 2 hours to get her up off the floor, and nothing we tried worked. We ended up having to call 911. Ambulance and fire truck came to our house and picked us up and took us to a hospital in Stockton. And in my head I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna be there for like a couple hours, they'll figure out what's wrong, you know, we'll get some medication, she'll be out of here. 24 hours later they come in and they tell us that she needs to be admitted, and we're not going anywhere because they can't figure out exactly what is happening. Everybody is saying that it doesn't make sense at their age, and we're in the ER, so nobody's taking it like super seriously because there's craziness in there. But we ended up being admitted, so I was like, okay, you know, maybe like 1 or 2 more days and then, you know, we'll be out of here. Well, 2 weeks later we are still there and nobody can figure out what's wrong. She hasn't done anything except for lay on her back. The only way that she could measure the pain was by saying it was like equivalent to giving birth, and everybody knows that's insane. That was nonstop for weeks. At a certain point they told us that if she needed surgery they were going to transfer her to the Kaiser in Sac. After the 2 weeks they ended up telling us that we were going to be transferred. In our heads we're like, okay, like, she's gonna get surgery. I mean, obviously no one wants to go through spinal surgery, but at least we would have some sort of answer. She goes all the way over there and they tell her, no, we're not going to do the surgery. We don't see what they saw on your MRIs, so it didn't match up. Then we'll put a little pin in that story. While this is all happening, I have 2 siblings. It's me, my brother who is a 1.5 years younger than me, so he's about to turn 18, and my sister who just turned 5. So basically I went from being like a sister to a mom, and not like a guest in a household, but like a child in a household, to like the person that runs the house. So that was difficult in and of itself because it was just a dramatic shift. It was a lot. At this time a tragic incident occurred and we lost one of our friends. He passed away. So while all of this is happening, that was just like another thing to add on. Then there is no improvement with my mom. There's no one that can give us any answers. So we're there for 3 weeks at the Kaiser in Sacramento, and every day it just gets harder and harder. Sorry. After about 3 weeks of being there, they give us one of two options. They can check her into a rehabilitation home that will help her try to get back on her feet, because this entire time that she's there, she has not taken one step on her own. She can barely sit up. She is laying completely flat this entire time. When we left, she still hadn't stood up on her own. When she came back, we decided that it would probably be better if she stayed with her mom at my grandma's house, because she would still need round-the-clock care. So she still needed her pills every so and so hours, so she would have to be getting up very early. She came back, but she still wasn't home, so like this was still all on like Eric and I, because obviously like he stays with me too. At least when she went back to my grandma's, she was on able to use a walker. So basically she was with my grandma for these past 3 weeks, and as of 2 days ago, she's back home. Things are definitely different now. She can't drive. She can't put any pressure on her left leg. So she's still using a walker and a wheelchair. And basically that's why. Don't get me wrong, like, I'm so thankful that it's not like, it's not going to kill her. Like, she's mentally fine and like she's healthy, which is like the hardest part. Obviously she's still in pain, like everything still hurts, but it's not like she's not sick. I think the hardest part out of all of this is just that it wasn't like she was sick and it like built up to this. It was instantaneously. It went from like being able to like walk and like pick up your daughter and take her to school and like doing all of these like very basic things, having it all taken away from you. But yeah, I'm very glad that she's home now, and her physical therapist comes 3 times a week, and she's finally starting to get good doctors, and we take everything one day at a time. This is why we took a break, and now that my mom is home and it's a lot easier for me to go see her because she's right here. A lot of it was because I was driving back and forth from Lodi to Stockton and Lodi to Sac, and then like from here to my grandma's, so like it was just a lot of runaround for me. But now that she's home, it's like a lot easier because she's just here, and she's happier because she's home now, and we're getting better. Everything is getting better. It's just we went through a very, very hard part, and it's gonna take a while before things go back to some kind of like normal. I don't know. I mean, obviously I will do whatever I can to help her, and I normally don't ever cry, so so yeah, we're really close now, guys. So if you watched this whole video and you made it to the end right now, you better click that subscribe button, because me and you are like besties. But yeah, that's basically all I had to tell you guys. Erick's been with me through this whole thing. He's been my support system, my everything for this. So that's what's been going on. We will see you next time on a much happier note, I promise. But yeah, see you later.